Okay, we gotta talk to Barake in Varrock Square. Gotta get 20 coins. Here my services. Kill Johnny the Beard in the Blue Moon Inn. Ooh. Kill Johnny the Beard. What up, Lemur? How you be, dude? I'm live, by the way, just so you know. Nice, what you eat?
And beetroot.
Wow.
I did mention chicken, right?
Maybe.
I know, I had like a chicken breast as well. Oh, and I think I had an apple. But apples aren't as healthy as you think.
They used to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
I mean, yeah, it's good, but there are other stuff which are better than apples. Like bananas. Bananas are absolutely a no-go. You should not eat bananas. It's the amount of... I think bananas have like a lot of calories and fat. Um, Yeah, so a banana has like 100 calories. A single banana has 100 calories. And that's like an average banana. If you get like the normal big bananas in the store, it's 120. And if you compare that to an apple has 50 calories. So that's what I mean. Like when you like bananas are good, but when you eat a banana, it like has a lot of calories. Because if you compare that to an entire chicken breast, right? So a banana has 120 calories, a chicken breast has 160. So which one do you think is more filling, eating a chicken breast or eating a banana? So that's kind of why I try and like cut them out of my diet. Because I mean, if you want to eat it, sure, fine. Just don't eat more than one a day. And if you do eat it, you need to like watch your calorie intake. Yeah. So earlier today, I played 4 games, and I got 3,000 experience, right? Like score. And just to put it into perspective, one game yesterday gave me like that amount of score. So I played 5 games. I kept on getting targeted first or getting killed. And I just said, screw it. I'm not going to play. And I'm looking at the Swedish tech tree, right? Their planes in rank 6. I mean, they're fine. Nothing crazy. Their planes in rank 7. Only one of them are good. Or I can only see one of them being good. In my opinion. Because the one has a 20G overload missile. 10.0. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, like that's pretty decent. Then I look at the plane after it, which is I think 11.3 or something. And it has the exact same missile. Then its 10.0 counterpart. And I'm like, that's a problem. Because whenever you get into the 11.0 range, you kind of start facing Fox freeze. So you only having an IR missile that doesn't even have 30G overload is kind of sad.
Boom.
The only reason
Yeah.
the only reason why I eat an apple is to quench my craving for sweet stuff. Because an apple is quite sweet.
Yep. Nice. Got him, boy.
I'm gonna kill this MD. There he is. The only noticeable difference between this plane and the previous one that I played is this plane's jet engine seems to be extremely strong compared to its other counterpart, because its top speed is way better, but its maximum altitude performance is 2,000 meters, in other words 8,000 feet, which is not a lot compared to the other one's 16,000 feet. So yeah, you get a better engine at low altitudes, but you don't get a better plane performance overall. But I mean, the plane performance and everything is the same. It's literally just the engine difference. Do you prefer fighting at low altitudes? Do you prefer fighting at high altitudes? Preferably, it doesn't matter for me, because I tend to stick at like 3,000 meters or whatnot. What the f... How was that only a hit?
And Ardoin.
Only a margarita? Imagine being outsped by a Tu-2, aka World War II Russian bomber. Well, more specifically, a front-line bomber. Oh man, they replaced the pillboxes. But why though? Ooh, there's one down here.
Belly baby.
Exact same burst for all three of those pillboxers, and 2 times I got a hit. What the fuck? Why am I getting so many hits though? This ain't make no sense. You know how a few days ago I was kind of like dogging on these jets, how they're like very bad and whatever?
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I kind of like them. Pretty good. The only issue I have with them is their top speed. I feel like their top speed for being a jet aircraft is very low. But the overall performance of it is pretty good. I like the turn time. Turn time of like 24 seconds. That's pretty fast for a jet aircraft. Just so you know, this thing has like the same turn time as... but that's kind of like stretching it because like... the F-18 is like very faster, whatnot, so... Definitely gonna go for new 50 cals. There you go. Flight performance is spaded. So now you can see. So this one's jet engines. Top speed is 799 kilometers an hour. Right? But its maximum operation altitude is 4,000 meters. I mean, its max altitude is 12,000. But the optimal speed for this thing to perform at, or the maximum optimal height for this jet aircraft to perform, is 4,000 meters. Where this one's engine is 2,000 meters, right? The same maximum altitude, but its optimal performance altitude is 2,000. And its jet engine has a top speed of 850. So it added 50 kilometers an hour. And I think its rate of climb is also like almost 4 meters per second faster. So all that this tells me is this one's thrust to weight ratio is better. 1420, 1290. Yeah, there you go. This one has a weaker engine in it. This one's engine is 1290, this one's engine is 1420. I mean, it does have the funny, goofy gun pods, but like, there's no point in taking it because 8mm is kind of useless. And it adds like 2 seconds to your turn time, and it decreases your rate of climb by 6 meters per second. And it also decreases your top speed by 140 kilometers an hour. Which doesn't seem that bad for an aircraft which has its rip speed lower than its maximum speed, but I'd rather get to the point where it's warning me that I'm about to break my wings and just deploy the air brakes instead of never reaching that point, because that means that my optimal flight performance is worse. Because a jet aircraft, that 24 seconds turn time is only true if your jet aircraft is like above 300 or 400 kilometers an hour. I think it's 300 in general. Literally, what's the difference between these two aircraft, though? I don't think there is even a difference between them. The J-29 and the A-29, they legit look like exactly the same aircraft. Oh, and then obviously, you know, like for the 50 cal ammunition, you need to have the incendiary rounds in it, otherwise it doesn't do anything. Because 50 cals in general don't do a lot of damage, but what they are very good at is setting planes on fire. I don't know why, it's like a stupid mechanic that War Thunder has in tanks, right? So like, if you have a round with 150 grams of TNT, like explosive, then it doesn't matter where you shoot it, it'll overpressure the vehicle. Overpressure meaning you kill all the crew members with a sonic shock because of the explosive power. But if you have like 145, which is just 5 grams below that 150 threshold, then you don't overpressure. So that's kind of like the difference between a 50 cal and a 13 millimeter. 50 cal is 12.7 millimeters. It doesn't do a lot of damage. 13 millimeters for some reason rips off wings and stuff. So, yeah, stupid, but I guess, whatever. In real life, the 50 cal is a very, very dangerous caliber to have on an aircraft, but on War Thunder it's very hit or miss. I hate that it's spring again because now my sinuses are acting up again.
Right.
There we go. Just what I was waiting for.
This quest is kicking my ass.
Oh my god. That F80 is gonna come in and kick my ass.
Can he catch you?
Yeah, he can 100% catch me. Especially since my plane's top speed is lower than my actual rip speed. I mean, my plane's top speed is higher than my actual rip speed. Ooh, this is gonna suck ass, dude. F89 decided to engage. F80 is going after JU-288. F89 did not decide to engage. Gonna kill this F80.
Either disable or walk past the traps.
Idiot. That F89 shot off my wheel in my right aileron, so I don't have much control over tilting my plane to the right. Made it kind of difficult to kill that F80, but in the end he did die, and the F89 that was pursuing me also died, which is good. Bailey landing. RE 2005. Jesus Christ, that's a 3.3 prop plane. What's it doing at 7.0? And the RE2000, isn't gonna survive long against the what, ME262. Definitely not gonna survive long. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
Return to the furnace to the east and use the orbs on it. Furnace to the east. Where's the furnace? Climb down the well. $50 thieving.
'Hey guys.
Oh, what up, Adrian?
Yo,
Not much.
Adrian.
How about you? What are you two up to?
Questing in this silly RuneScape game.
You still grinding the grind?
Nope, I got the armor. I'm doing quests now.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm taking a break. I've been working. I've been coding.
Hacker man.
Well, actually, funny that you mentioned hacking. That's exactly what I'm trying to stop. We think people are messing around with our IL2 server and sending malformed data to the server software, the game server software. So I've been
That is no bueno.
Yeah. So I wrote a PowerShell script that every time it runs the 2-hour missions before each mission, it randomizes the port numbers and then adds firewall rules to only allow connections on those port numbers and remove the previous firewall rules. That's it's working in my test environment, but yeah, the big challenge is getting it to work in the production server.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still doing the grind. You know, the War Thunder grind.
The War Thunder one, yeah.
I finally got to the Swedish jet section. But I'm concerned when I start getting to like the more modern jets. Then I'm gonna start becoming a bit more concerned. Because the modern jets, I don't think their missiles are very good. Considering the French jets at the same BR have like top tier missiles, basically. Which is wild. At 10.0, the best type of missile you can hope for is like a 20G overload missile, right? For some reason, France gets 30G missiles. And for some reason, the specific type of missiles that I'm talking about sometimes ignores countermeasures as well.
Yeah.
Oh, fucker.
Oops. You needed that bit. No, you're still flying. No, you don't need it.
I don't need it, but now there's that thing behind me. This plane is surprisingly stable. Okay. Just casually an enemy right next to me. When is he gonna notice, you think? Oh, he noticed. He noticed, but it's too late. He burned too many. He burned too much speed trying to get me. I think my plane counts as a severe, so it's probably even when I land this, it's probably gonna kill me. Yeah, as I was saying, this plane is surprisingly stable because of the way the tail section is built.
Yeah. I think it probably.
So if you,
I think it's probably a side effect of the flight model, not realistically modeling the lift.
oh no, 100%, 100%.
Rather than the plane being particularly good. What is that, by the way?
This thing, it's like a Swedish prototype, I think. It's called the J-21RB. It's literally a prop plane that they made in World War II, and they just slapped a jet engine in it when jet engines became a thing. So this is like the first. It's pretty good in maneuverability sense, but it's not that good in terms of speed. And not just because it's an early war jet, or like it's an early prototype jet. It's the fact that the airframe isn't designed. Why?
It's not actually designed as a fighter.
Oh, that F8F is gonna absolutely destroy me. Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness! If you would have aimed a bit better, dude. But the fact this plane has a top speed of 850 kilometers an hour, but its airframe can only withstand 750. So yeah, that's an issue. Usually jet aircraft are like, the rip speed of the aircraft is like 100 to 200 kilometers per hour above the maximum capabilities of the engine, so that you can dive and stuff. But in this plane, if you want to dive, you need to dive with air brakes and you need to turn off the engine. Otherwise, you're going to rip your aircraft. But I mean, other than that, its turning performance is pretty decent. If you keep the speed up. If you don't keep the speed up, which is, I hope, is not gonna happen over here, because this guy is engaging me at very low speeds right now. I am not particularly looking to fight. Are you fucking serious? Again. This time I don't have an engine as well. Yeah. Welcome to fighting turbo props with shitty jet engines. What thunder. Balance. This plane performs better against jet aircraft than it does against props, because this thing has like a top speed of 850, right? But its actual like horsepower, like quote unquote horsepower, is 1,420. So compare that to this thing, 1,766.
And that's just a prop. Well, just a prop.
This is a BF 109.
Yeah.
Its top speed is 668. This thing's top speed is 850. But this thing is 6.7, where this one is at 4.7 battle rating. And if you fight aircraft at this battle rating, which are props, like for example, the turboprop P-51 with a top speed of 712 stock. I haven't upgraded this plane at all, and its top speed is already almost the same as my jet.
Yeah.
Or takeoff horsepower 1,927.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
the Mustang is well known for the ability to chase down almost everything in IL-2.
Yeah, but like,
If you know a Mustang is on your ass, then you turn and fight. And there's no point in trying to run.
yeah, because I mean, even these, like every single prop, right, at this BR, their horsepower is insane. I mean, look at this one, almost 2,000, right? And its top speed is like 709. And I mean, when I started, yeah, just jet aircraft at these early jet aircraft, if you get a down tier and you face turboprops, you're absolutely fucked, dude. Because Japan has that plane that just killed me. I think it was... Was it the premium? It was a premium. This plane is at the exact same battle rating as my jet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that horsepower.
Adrian, have you been playing anything?
Yep. I flew for 4 hours today.
Oh.
Did my duty, as the T-Bus squad member. How much horsepower was that?
2,000.
Wow.
2,200. But there's an American jet aircraft.
And then I
this is
played
the-
some, Satisfactory with Eric.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. But that's
Yeah, so
the Corsair.
this is like, yeah, it's a F4U, but this is the experimental version. Which, guess how many? It has a radial engine, but guess how many cylinders it has? Okay, let me give you a comparison. The P47 has 2,500 horsepower, and it has 18 cylinders.
Okay.
So how much horsepower, or how many cylinders do you think this thing has?
Well, I don't know. Let's say 18. What? Oh, it's got
20.
It's 4 deep.
Yeah, it has 28 cylinders with
Very
3,000
compared
horsepower.
to the P47's engine.
Exactly. That's what makes this thing so incredible.
Yeah.
And guess what? This is a prop. Its rip speed is 885. Guess what? Going back to Sweden, an actual jet aircraft, rip speed 780. Top speed is 850. The rip speed is so much lower than the actual speed. So even though it says your engine has a maximum capability of 800 or 850, you can only really fly up to like 750 kilometers an hour, because that 787 is at altitude. So if you're at low altitude, which this thing always is, because its engine can only perform correctly at 2,000 meters, was shitty jet engine. Your rip speed is actually like 740, 750.
The amount of innovation during that time is crazy. And you know,
I wouldn't call it innovation, because I mean, look at this thing, right? And then look at its World War II counterpart.
well, the thing is that people were throwing all ideas, you know, into the mix and trying different things, seeing what works, what doesn't, you know.
Yeah, I guess. But like, yeah, damn, man, you could have at least gotten a more slim design, you know, which doesn't have a shitty airframe, because the J21s, the J21A1, J21A2, A21A3, they're all exactly the same plane, right? But this one can carry bombs. This one has a different 20mm manufacturer. This one is a 20mm Akan M45. This one has a Akan M41. And then this one has the M45 variant. So it has a bit faster rate of fire 20 mil than the A1. But I mean, look, the flight performance, everything is the same. 640, 20, 640, 20.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, it's, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, it's not that great. And then if you go here, I mean, this plane is perfectly fine, right? This plane is actually pretty good. It's a Dorito plane. But the missiles... So, it gets really good missiles at 10.0 with 20 G maximum overload, and the missile guidance time is 40 seconds. So in other words, if you launch a missile at somebody, it'll keep locking him for 40 seconds until it kills them. But since these are early, like, IR missiles, you can realistically only shoot it at like 2 kilometers or something. Otherwise, people are just gonna dodge it because it's gonna lose lock due to the G overload or whatever. But remember, 10.0. Exact same plane, right?
Yeah.
Or not exact same plane, but exact same battle rating. It gets 2 magic ones. Magic ones have a 35G overload.
That's decent.
Just so you know, the best infrared guided missile in the game has 40 G's overload.
Mm.
And these planes do not get countermeasures. And even if you do get countermeasures, magic ones are notorious for just locking onto your engine. Like, if you shoot this missile at 2 kilometers, like straight from behind, right? And that person stays in afterburner and he just drops flares, right? That magic one's gonna stick to his ass. It's not gonna care. I don't know why it does that, but magic ones do that. Just to tell you how good this missile is. This is at 10.0, right? Planes at this battle rating don't get countermeasures. Only if you get an up tier. Planes at 10.7 and stuff like that starts getting countermeasure, right?
Okay.
So just to show you like how good it is. This is a plane at 12.3, right?
Mm.
It gets magic ones. I mean, its best missile is the Magic 2, right? Which is just all aspect. So instead of just launching it from behind, you can launch it from the front. You don't need a specific heat signature. So that's the only difference, but the missile performance is exactly the same. See, like, maximum speed, Mach 3, maximum overload, 35. Missile guidance time is 25 seconds. Over here, it's exactly the same. Maximum speed, Mach 3, 35G overload, 25 seconds guidance. It's literally the same missile, except this one has all aspect. And some people argue that the Magic 1 is better than the Magic 2. Although the Magic 2 does have IRST. IRCCM, infrared countermeasures. So in other words, it's a system built into the missile to countermeasures from aircraft. But for some reason, the Magic 1 just does that anyway. Like, it's kind of stupid, but it does that. So, yeah. France. just to put it into perspective, this is America's, which France also has because haha goofy export vehicle. But this is a 10.0 aircraft, right? This is considered to be one of the best aircraft at 10.0, right? Like dogfighting wise and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It gets AIM-9Bs. I think, yeah, this one also gets magic ones because it's a French version of it, so it's still stupid. It gets magic ones at this BR. But if you go to America, let's see what an American 10.0 aircraft has. America doesn't even have a 10.0 jet. Okay, so this one is 10.3, right? So it's 0.3 battle rating higher than the one in France. But the one in France has magic ones for some reason. So it's, even though it should be at a higher battle rating, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But the Americans, let's take the American, this one, for example. Gets AIM-9Ds. AIM-9D has a 20G overload. I mean, not 20, 18. It has an 18G overload. Which is pretty good, right, for 10.0. That's, like, very good. That's why this thing is so scary. But you know, France just being French slaps a Magic 1 missile on a 10.0 aircraft with 35G overload. Yay.
Crazy.
It's basically, it has twice the G overload than this plane, the AIM-9D. And if you go to this plane, it's America's only 10.0 aircraft, right? But it doesn't have countermeasures.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Travis.
Travis here.
What's up, guy?
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Not bad. How are you, man?
not bad, dude. Just cooking some dinner. How are you guys?
Doing all
pretty
right.
good.
Yeah, I'm okay, man.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
Do I
I've been a
sound
little-
Yeah.
more? Do I sound more clear than last time, at least?
What was that?
Do I sound? Do I sound more
Oh, right.
clear than last time when I
You
was in
didn't-
the car?
You didn't just then, but you sound better now.
Okay, that was ironic.
What are you making for
Yeah.
dinner?
Roast chicken with veggies, like zucchini and carrots and mushroom,
Okay.
and some rice.
You're eating better than I am tonight.
You're more than welcome. I happen to often overcook the quantities that I make.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some stuff to throw in the microwave, you know, or I think I've got some Thai chicken curry in the freezer that I can do, and a homemade Afrikaans speciality, which nobody
Mhm.
will recognize except Lena. It's a bobotie with geel rice. My favorite.
I just like the reaction more than anything.
It's basically
Uh,
curry, but better.
Yeah,
That does sound pretty
Afrikaans
good then.
adaptation. Yeah, it's amazing.
Nice.
Although my sister is not impressed, she's the one that made it, but she imported some bobotie spices from South Africa
Oh,
to
yeah,
try
that's
it. But she feels that her own family recipe that she got from my mom is much better. So I invited her to make her own version this weekend, and I'll be the judge of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Good ingredients help.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she complains bitterly about the difference in ingredients. She makes the same recipe, but it tastes different because, you know, the ingredients aren't always the same.
No.
It tastes different, you know, quality is different.
Yeah. My sister recently went to Ireland with my brother. They were talking about the difference in beef. Like the quality of it seemed so much better there than what we have normally. I wasn't there. I didn't try it, so I don't know. But quality matters.
Yeah, it really does.
There's a difference in how
I
you
mean-
feel when you do.
I mean, is there, if like we just always buy like T-bone or not a T-bone, a fillet?
Mhm.
We just always buy the fillet steaks from Woolworths. So I don't know if the quality will differ from like country to country because it's a like
Yeah, but Woolworths is high quality. Doesn't compare to your Tesco, you know, or Asda here in the UK. The similar quality level here would be Marks and Spencers. The problem is that I'm hesitant to buy there because you know, some of the stuff can be really expensive, but you do taste the difference for sure.
You guys are making me hungry.
You're welcome to come over too.
I mean, to be fair, like Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I can buy a box of cherries at Woolworths and it'll last for like 2 weeks, which is insane. And I saw a lot of people like bitching about it. They're like, "Oh, they're throwing preservatives on the stuff." I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think that's the case. But anyway. And then a lot of people rave about like Food Lovers Market or stuff. And like I bought a box of cherries there. And it lasted like 3 days. And then it like went bad.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
I don't
often
know.
the case here in the UK. If you don't eat food on fresh fruit, especially on the day that you buy it, it will rapidly go off. But last time I heard, it's because the UK has to import a lot of fruit, and it ships. And it's also not as sweet in many cases that I remember comparing stuff like oranges, bananas, and the grapes from back in South Africa. And the reason, apparently, there's 2 reasons. One is the fruits are harvested before they are fully ripe to maximize the shelf life, so the sugars haven't fully developed. And the second is that the fruit is often shipped in with nitrogen gas to prevent the fruit from further ripening on the trip to the UK. And that combined basically means that the fruit doesn't really taste that great, and it rapidly goes through the ripening process when it does get on the shelves.
I wanted to say this F84 is giving me a lot of trouble, more than I would admit.
They do that with like tomatoes and stuff as well. Well, I guess they're a fruit, aren't they? It's funny. Forgot.
The thing I hate most of all the fruit is the difference is avocado. We used to, especially when we were going on a summer holiday to the East Coast,